couple years back, I did a tour in my prayer room, but I have since then rearranged. We had the electricity in here, the outlets, the whole, everything was out. So we had to get an electrician in to fix it, which means I had to move. I have wall to wall stuff, and I had to move everything away from the walls so that he could check every single one of them. So because of that, I had everything in the floor on top of each other. I had a big huge mess. And this was a couple months ago, and I just finished getting it redone. So I'm going to give you a new tour of my prayer room. I will kind of start over here. So I will start here at the side of the door. I don't know if you can see, that's a 3D picture depending on where you stand. It's different. Okay, so this is the dragon that I have painted on the wall. One of my spirit animals is a dragon. And I won't go through everything. I'll just kind of like scan through so you can see. These are down here on the bottom is what I use for my shipping for Etsy. This is the table I use. That's, of course, is the back of the computers. So this section here is for my workings that I do. This end section here is for my oracle card readings for members only. So consider joining my membership. You get 2 free oracle card readings a month. So, and it's well worth it. And then I have this little stand here with glitters, the spoons I use, some candles, candle holders. Everything I use in here, it stays in here. I don't use stuff from the kitchen and bring it in here. So that's why I have so much stuff in here. And then, of course, this is my setup for my computers. Let me get this off the email. So this is my computers, my chair where I sit for my lives, the setup for the computers, my headphones, and these right here. You can see my bracelets I use in here when I'm doing my prayers, and I use those for like to write on candles, to poke on candles, writing like not ink but scratching into the candles. These are all different candles that I also do, and the mixes that I make for the candles, all different kinds. These are just stones and pebbles for my workings. These we dug up ourselves. The amethyst crystals, all in the raw. And chalk, also used for workings. Got a candle holder. I will do a separate video on all of these. I used to do them a while back. I hadn't done any in a while. All of these sculptures my husband makes, they are for sale. So I will do a separate video. I know it's hard for you to see the lighting in here. isn't bright. The ceiling fan has 3 bulbs. I use only one because I don't like it real bright in here. I don't want the extra heat in here because of all my candles. But the sculptures are all for sale. And like I say, I'll do a separate video on that. And then I got all the candles. Remember, I sell on Etsy. The Etsy link is down in the description box. And my books. And well, it's kind of explains itself what they are. Some of my cards, I'll do a separate video on my other oracle cards that I have for my members only readings, and my grimoires that I write and keep track of any of the workings that I do, and once they are complete, they work, I write down all of them. My husband got me that. Well, my husband's got me all of the, like, that kind of stuff in here. I love you to the moon and back. That's where I keep a lot of my stuff. The corn husk, all different things. The red bricks down in the bottom that come from a very, very old building that was torn down. So I kept some of those bricks, which I did have permission to get them. These are some of my jars of collections. You can see what they are. My inks that I make, which I have videos on all of these. Bat's blood, dove's blood, dragon's blood ink, all of these. I do have all on my playlist. It's corn silk, everything. So you can see more there. Locusts, chinchatas, juniper berries, sage that I picked myself, snake skins, all different, chicken bones. Just kind of go through real quick. More candles going way back. One of my altars is my ancestor altars, the Cherokee and Aztec. And then I've got all of these contain different stones: black obsidian, black banded agate, some rose quartz, green jade, black tourmaline, sodalite, lapis lazuli, bloodstone, tiger eye. So every one of those jars have different ones in it. These are my essential oils. These are the waters that I've collected and charged. Those going way back are all candles in there. These are my carrier oils. These are all the spice herbs. All the leaves that I've collected and dried out. See, I have my own separate dehydrator in here. Not the hydrator that I use to dehydrate our food, but that dehydrates all these up here. Then I've got my resins up on top: dragon's blood, copal, frankincense, myrrh, all of that. And let's see here. Over here I've got more stuff that I have in jars: eyebright, Himalayan salt, fresh cotton that we picked from Arkansas, bee pollen, camphor, crab shells that we crushed up or dried and crushed up ourselves. These are seeds, all kinds of seeds here on this shelf. You can always pause it and look and see what they are. And down here we've got roots. Now look, all of these we dug up ourselves, these stones. And all of these are seashells that we picked ourselves when we went to Florida on the beach. So that's full. That crab is a sculpture that my husband made. It's not for sale. I keep this here. He made this. It's a sculpture. And I've got a lot of my necklaces, my pendants, all of that hanging. Then we've got, like I say, the roots, high john, ginseng, devil shoestring, valerian root. So you can see dandelion root. Pick this up without knocking everything over. Those bottles are for any special prayer oils that I do for a specific one. They are empty right now because I make the oils fresh and put it in the bottle and then use them. Keep in mind, everything in this room has been blessed and cleansed. Everything. Okay, and then we've got the lava rocks from a volcano. Those are in my Etsy shop. Got granite, pieces of granite. Down here are the railroad spikes that I have in my shop for sale. The eggs that I crush up. Now up here in the back I have, you can see that big container in the back that I've pretty much powdered up for workings. And I've got these I've got to do yet. These are all jaspers, different kind of jaspers that we dug up ourselves. And the different plates that I use for my prayer workings. And we've got the Tibetan singing bowl. That sculpture there is around a jar my husband made, and I open it up and I've got some more of my rings and necklaces and things like that in there. All of these here I've dried up. They're like 3 layers back, double stacked, most of them. You can see the apple blooms off my apple tree that I pick apples and give to my animals. And then here we have like fruits and stuff like that, and peppers that I've dried up, strawberries for love workings, prunes, black fig. This is another sculpture my husband made. That's another sculpture my husband made for me. It's used for the good. Anything that you see that's like a baby doll, some people call them voodoo dolls, they're not used for bad. They're not used for negative stuff. It's always used for positive, for prayers. My tourmaline necklaces, my athames, my selenite athame. These are some witchy sculptures that my husband made for me. These are oils that I have also made. There's mostly, these are actually powders back in that area. and then oils in front and powders. And these spoons like this, my husband made for me. And I just knocked over a glass with a crystal on it. I don't know where that one came from. Oh, it's another one that actually belongs up here. And then we have got all of my dirts that I use for my prayer workings. They are stacked all the way back, 3 layers back, and double stacked. Most of them are double stacked. Trying to get some up right here. Give me a second. Okay. So you can see that I have gotten myself. There is a couple in there that my husband got for me, that when he was an over-road driver, if he was someplace, he'd ask me if I needed anything. And then on the next one up here are all the toxic stuff. Now remember, toxic, yes, you can use for negative workings, but I also use them for positive workings. Sometimes, well, I won't go there. This is going to be put on YouTube. And these are all like flowers and blooms. Some more. It extends from this shelf because I've got so many, it extended all the way over. And these are Trows. Now I have these. I had like 20 other Trows that I put on Etsy, and they sold so fast, it was unreal. My husband has made these sculptures here. He also made this. Now the little gnomes that's on them, my husband made this. The little gnomes that's on them was a gift from a subscriber. And my husband also made this. And the gnome that's on it was also a gift from the same subscriber. Then I've got all the little baby dragons, Mortal Pestles, and my dragon. And that's another witch sculpture that he made there in the back. These are more oils that I make. These are my personal displays, and I sell them on Etsy. Whenever somebody orders them off Etsy, I make them fresh. These are all the wood that I also use. And the black salt that I make. I have more black salt, several of them that I make because I sell a lot of that. And over here, everything underneath here is my I use for my paranormal investigations and for my team. We've got all of these selenite sticks, got incense, skull candles, another mortal pestle that I use selenite in it for fairy dust. And this is another altar, a money altar. And we got Archangel Michael. Now I have in my storage building, I've got to find in a box a whole lot more angels that I need to bring out. When we have our garage sales and I start going through the boxes, I'll separate what I'm keeping and sell the rest. These are just my wall. Let me show you here. I painted the snake. Now the snake and the dragon I painted in fluorescent colors. So when the black light is on, you can see it really good. Some more of my necklaces. And some more herbs and corn and stuff. Pine cones that I've dried. This is the top of the curio cabinet. And pictures. My husband made this stick here, this walking stick from black walnut, from a black walnut tree that was hit by lightning. Very, very powerful stick there. Now my curio cabinet has all the little things that I use for my workings that I need. Those are all necklaces in there that I've made. They're all in bottles. Measuring stuff in the bottom. Lot more like twine and different things in there that I use for salves and stuff that I make. These are all bottles in here. Every one of them are different. It's a whole bunch of them. So, oh, and over here's where I keep the dried pine cones. I know it's dark. I'm kind of doing the best I can. Nope, you can't see back there. And I have key shavings I still have for sale on Etsy. This bottle here was filled with key shavings and I've sold them all. This bottom container also has my black witch's salt. This one up here has the iron and steel shavings that I sell. And these are also some of our walking sticks. And that is my prayer room. Thanks for watching.